Welcome to Your Life Podcast, the place where life becomes that little bit simpler. Welcome to the Your Life Podcast. I'm Angela Lockwood, and in this episode, I'm interviewed by Luke and Susie of The Luke and Susie Show. This episode is all about the challenges that we face not being controlled by our phone when we rely on it so much for many aspects of our life. No longer is our phone just a phone. It has our camera, our banking, it's the way we socially connect. And with all of these things on our phone and often even attached to our wrist through our smartwatches, it can be really hard to feel like we have any control over the technology. So I share some really simple ways that you can regain this control, and it's a lot easier than you think. Enjoy.
Faith, family, culture. It's Luke and Susie with you. And I saw this quote come up on my social media the other day. It said, do more things that make you forget to check your phone.
Oh.
And I loved it. It just struck me straight to the heart. And I thought, yeah, that's actually, what a great way to live your life, to be in a place where you don't even think about checking your phone because you're so busy living life. It brought to mind a guest who wrote a book on this exact thing. We're going to catch up with Angela Lockwood.
It's just propaganda she's been spreading to sell more books, I swear. Angela Lockwood's going to join us next. She's been infiltrating the internet and spreading out little quotes, encouraging people to switch off, so they're going to want to buy her book. Angela Lockwood, the author of Switch Off. Hello, how are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I do love this. I love when people put these content out there into the interweb,
Yes.
because it means that we're having more conversations and less being on our phones.
Yeah, with the beautiful irony of it is that, so Suze, did you read it on your phone?
I was on my phone when I read it, yes.
We don't look at irony on this segment at all. What we do is we take it literal and we don't look at the irony.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like, if you were to reword the title of your book, Switch Off, this would kind of be it. Do more things that make you forget to check your phone.
I do love this quote because what it shows us is that there are other things to do other than being on our phone. Isn't that amazing? Remember the good old days when we used to have fun without our phone? Can you remember those days?
Well, so you say good old days. I love that. Okay, so let me give you an example. I go to the footy with my boys, and while I'm at the footy, watching real life footy, I get to keep an eye on the stats, which I love too.
I know. This segment is so full of irony because we always have our phones with us, and the challenge is that we use our phone so much for other things other than just a phone. So no longer is it just to pick up the phone and call someone. We also have our camera on it. So it's sort of like always tempting us, even if we're on a beautiful hike through the bush or we're at the beach with our family, we see a moment and we want to take a photo of it. The thing we pull out is not the big SLR camera anymore or our little snappy photo camera that we use. It's our phone. So straight away, we're being reconnected to our phone, even in those moments that are bringing us joy where we should be off our phone.
It's been so long since we've used an actual real camera that Angela's just referred to it as the little snappy thing. That was how she described an actual camera. The little snappy thing.
You do get me on here for my technological expertise.
That's right.
That's awesome. Put the phone down and pick up the little snappy thing. Life will be so much happier. We're going to talk more about exactly what sort of things that might encourage us to forget to check the phone. What sort of things can we do? Let's explore that next with Angela Lockwood, the author of Switch Off.
We're joined by Angela Lockwood. She's the author of a book called Switch Off, as we explore this quote that's popped up: do more things that make you forget to check your phone. Now, Angela, if we're sitting in a space where maybe our phone is the go-to, that when we're walking from one place to the next, the first thing we think to do is grab our phone, either voluntarily or not, where do we start? Where do we start in discovering or rediscovering things that make us even forget about checking the phone?
The number one thing that we can do is to turn off notifications. So those dings and those whistles and those bird chirps, all those things that we hear that come from our phone when someone posts something on Facebook or on Instagram or an email comes through or a text comes through or a phone call. There are so many dings that we have on our phone that constantly vie for our attention. Turn them off. The only thing really that we need is the when the phone rings. Really, that's the only thing that we need to have alert us to something important being on our phone.
I have plenty of dings on my phone. Mostly it's the people sending the emails, but
Oh, Luke.
Look, I think that's the number one, guys. If we could do anything at all, I don't even think we need more. If you do that first one, you will feel so much lighter and your phone won't have so much intrusion on our lives because we've shut it down.
I do have to admit that there are plenty of times when I'm not paying any attention to the phone and then an alert comes through and I'm like, oh, what's that? And then I look at it and it's just someone's offering 25% off something. And it's because I've been tricked into having some kind of app and I've forgotten to turn off the notifications on it. And then it's constantly this feeling of, oh, it's urgent because it's got a ding, a whistle or a chirp, as you say.
And what they do is they interrupt important moments. So we could be having dinner and may not be sitting at the dinner table, the phone may not be sitting at the dinner table, but you could hear it off in the distance. And what that does is it distracts us from the conversation that we're in or the thing that we're focusing on. Even if it is in the distance, we still hear it and it's like, oh, quick, we better go and get that. That could be something important. So there's a couple of other things that we can do when we're talking about notifications. And I do this I have a different ringtone for different people in my life. So my husband has a special phone notification alert so that I know that it's him when we're calling. Whereas if I have people that a phone number I don't know, then they have another different type of ringtone that comes through. My parents have a different one. And so what I do is I have sort of 3 or 4 different ringtones so that I can almost prioritise whether or not I answer it or not.
Ah, it was very cool. And I'd like to say to you now, Angela, with only a little bit of time left in the moment we've got to chat with you, our conversation about switching off is over because now we need to know what your husband's alert tone is.
It's the ghost alert. No, I'm kidding. He's got the old version. The old ringtone when those snappy things were around. The snappy camera thing.
The snappy camera.
That we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
He has the old bring ringtone.
Oh, wow.
Really? That's all you can come up with.
Luke on my phone has a special ringtone, and it's the Brisbane Lions theme song.
Oh yeah, so that's so much cooler.
And for Susie, it's a song about having beautiful eyes, and I love her, and she's the most amazing thing ever.
Oh, Luke, you're a good catch, aren't you?
Well, she didn't like it when I put the big siren emergency alert. The wife is calling. The wife is calling. That was.
Do you know? There is one more thing. We've got time for one
quick
little thing. Is for people to realise that we are in control of our phones, not our phones in control of us.
Yes.
So they're there to help us with our lives. They're not there to control it. So if that's the last thing people think about is that this phone is there for us to be in control of, then it can't take over our lives.
Angela Lockwood, the author of Switch Off, thank you so much for your time and step up the act with your husband's ringtone. Time to make a change.
Go the Suns.
Boo.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. To find more ways to slow down and simplify your life, follow the Your Life podcast on Spotify and iTunes. And let's connect on LinkedIn and Instagram. Just look for Angela Lockwood. Don't forget, it's your life. You choose how to live it.